and ETH and EOS, all on this wallet. You will also be able to trade on this wallet. So you'll be able to keep everything safe right in the hardware wallet and still trade. This is big innovation. We had lots and lots of press around it. I'm really looking forward. I know a lot of our users have been using it and they think it's amazing. I'm really looking forward to us scaling it and really getting it out there. And of course, Gate.io, centralized exchange with over 3 million users, over 400 plus trading pairs, just so many functionalities like spot trading, margin trading, and futures trading, so that you can, make the best use out of what it is that you're looking for from your crypto trading experience. But today is about talking about GateChain. And so let's talk about the development process. Like I said, it mainly solves the issue of private key destruction, loss, and digital asset theft. How does it do that, do you ask? There are lots of different things. I'm not going to go through all of this. You can find the slides. I will post them online, so you can go and find that. But we've been developing this since 2018. So it's been a long journey. And it was last year, in 2019, that we released GateChain. And then we went through a series of testnets. And I'm really glad to say that in Q2 of 2020, we were able to launch the mainnet. So, the reason that it took so long is we wanted to make sure that everything was going to be really solid. And indeed, now it is. And so, talking about the mainnet. So, like I said, the most important thing is private key loss and asset theft. And those are the two biggest issues in the industry. People forget their private keys all the time. And just recently, we were talking about this in the panel, the Nexus CEO got hacked for $8.5 million on MetaMask. What if you could prevent that? If someone like Hugh is not able to safeguard his MetaMask, then what chance does a regular user have? And so that's why we created GateChain. On GateChain, you will have a standard account. And so this functions just as any other blockchain, wallet functions. So it's quick pay. You cannot revoke the trade, and you cannot retrieve the assets without the private keys. But we also created a vault account. And this means that the stolen funds or the private keys can be recovered. And this is the very, very big innovation, which, is going to enable absolute security for users. So what is this vault account and how does it work? So we created our own RTM, we call it revocable transaction model for this vault account. And this means that you're able to revoke the transaction. Now, it will be written in the tax ID, revocable pay. The address is also, going to be, it's also going to be noted that, these kinds of transactions are revocable. Obviously, we recommend that you make transactions only between your vault account and your own standard account and not with other people. And so basically, what does this mean? This means that if any of the funds are taken away from your vault account, you will get a notification and you will be able to, click revoke, and then it will be sent over to a retrieval address.
It's
and you will be able to retrieve these funds. That's what's so revolutionary about GateChain. That's how we ensure absolute security for our users. And that's why I think it's going to be really, really big. So like I said, as you can see here, it will be written irrevocable pay or revocable pay according to whether you're using a vault account or a standard account. And so, yeah, I think this basically explains everything. We will be transferring the assets to this retrieval account so that you're able to get the assets back. We will also have additional features, as if like just being able to ensure absolute security is not enough. We will also have access to multi-sig account management, which means that you're going to be able to have several different people validate transactions. This is really important, especially in business, because sometimes you want to make sure that your partner or your boss approves the transaction that's being made. And just in general in your personal life, if you make transactions, it's kind of like a joint account, you make sure that the other person is going to be there. And it's also a safeguarding measure. We also have assets transfer, so you'll be able to automate some of these payments. Also going to have the hardware wallet is going to be enabled, is enabled with GateChain. And that's how we're going to be able to ensure almost 100% asset security. So like I said, there are lots of application cases for GateChain. There is the individual's asset management, so that's for all of you retail traders out there. You guys will be able to benefit from keeping your funds on GateChain and, ensure like absolute security. Then we will have the legacy or grant auto release, which will enable you to, be able to make some of those automatic transactions. And then there is safe storage for financial institutions. And we have seen a lot of financial institutions be very interested in Bitcoin. We're already speaking with some very interesting parties and entities who want to make sure that everything is safe. And this is something that we are going to be able to ensure for them. So there will also be POS mining, very highly decentralized, and it'll be available. POS proxy mining, participate to the future. Going to have lots of super nodes and delegation, and you'll definitely have like double profits for loyalty nodes. We're really focusing on building a strengthened decentralized network. A lot of these protocols, they're decentralized, but, they're really controlled by a lot of these super nodes or super delegates. And in fact, if all of these super delegates to get together, sometimes there's only maybe like 21, they all get together, then they can stage an attack. This will not be our case. We're looking to have hundreds, if not more, super delegates and super nodes. So we will also, in terms of performance, we will have very high performance with a handling capacity of over 2,000 transactions per second, with over 170 million transactions per day. And the block confirmation time will be 4 seconds long. So very, very quick. So GT is the GateChain token, which we launched in April of last year. With GateChain token, you're able to get a lot of great use cases on the Gate.io platform. So you're able to get a VIP level, you're able to get discounts, you're able to get benefits, and you're able to get priority access to our staking programs. And in general, we often buy back a lot of the GT and burn it so as to, prevent too much inflation. But what is really interesting about GateChain token is that is the native currency of the GateChain blockchain, of course, and it will be used as payment for network charges and as a POS equity mining bonus, et cetera, et cetera. So we are going to be looking for blockchain optimization. Will automatically prevent empty blocks so as to save, a lot of resources. We are also automatically going to be adjusting handling fees so as to avoid junk trading. And we will also have an enhanced resistance to Grover's algorithm and Shore's algorithm. So there is comprehensive support. It's available right now today on desktop, on your phone, and also, of course, in the S1 if you have ordered one, or if you're looking to order one, we will be launching to global really, really soon. So what
So
are we
Marie,
looking to do? We are,
as we are running out of time, please speed up a little bit, okay? So that we can be in short.
So this is the last part. This is about like the future and what the GateChain future holds. We are looking to increase the speed of the cross-chain. So we are going to be launching a lot of cross-chain assets like BTC and ETH and Cosmos, especially, and DOT, so that you can get all of that. You'll be able to implement a one-tap chain issuance feature, so you'll be able to stake just with the click of a button. And there will be a decentralized trading system that will be launched actually very, very soon. Thank you so much for listening to me. And if you have any questions about GateChain, I recommend you come and ask us on Twitter. You can either tweet us at gate_IO or directly at GateChain.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Maureen, for your speech. I mean, this speech today has made us realize the potential of blockchain empowering finance, and also great honor here to have this speech, knowing more about the Gate and the GateChain related ecosystem, right? So this is going to be blockchain's biggest strength towards a mass adoption. Thank you very much. See you next.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. So a sustainable business model is able to attract the participants of different roles. For us, it is important that the crypto markets can expand its use cases beyond just exchanges. So holders can try out new applications with their tokens, and more capital. Speculators and value investors will be drawn to crypto business. Exchange will also need to come up with useful trading features. So what is the future of exchange like? So we will hear the answer from Ethan, CEO of Biki Southeast Asia. Let's welcome Ethan. Hey, Ethan.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. This is Tracy. So it's your time now.
All right, thanks. Yes. Hi everybody. And thanks Tracy. My name is Ethan. I'm the CEO of Biki Southeast Asia. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here. Yeah.
So I feel a little bit latency here for your connection, or maybe you can switch a better connection. So here it's a little bit slow.
Oh.
If you can change it, because your voice ups and downs, so sometimes.
Oh, okay. So it's not about loud or...
Okay, now it sounds better. So maybe you can try again.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Cool. Now it works. Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. All right. So yeah, thanks Tracy, and thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here, and I'm here to actually discuss with everybody about the future of development exchange. So first of all, I'm Ethan Ng. I'm the CEO of Biki Southeast Asia, and without further ado, I'll just give a really short introduction about what's Biki Exchange. So we are relatively still new in the market. I think we are 2 years plus old, right? We established in 2018 June. To today, we have 3 million registered users with 100,000 daily active users, and we have over 3,000 community partners and 200,000 active community users. Right. So to date, we have more than 300 plus trading pairs. And I'm really excited to be here to discuss with everybody about what's next coming up from exchange developments, right? So traditionally, we all know that exchange actually provides the liquidity, and users will go in to trade primarily, and so that's what we know from the traditional market. But ever since the DeFi space, a lot of users are actually looking more into staking, right here, looking more into liquidity mining, and that causes a huge shift in the demand, right? And that's what I'm gonna discuss about shortly. Right, so I mean, I just took the screenshot from DeFi Pulse. I think everybody already know the numbers, and it's still have been rising, right? In fact, I think we're still very much in the earlier stage in the DeFi space, and there are many more product development and more market demand that's going to be changed in the near future, right? So just now I was mentioning about staking and liquidity mining. So the first subject I'll be touching base on is liquidity mining, right? So what is basically liquidity mining? So users basically, when they provide liquidity, they get to earn trading fees paid daily in their accounts, and this actually solve the liquidity issue, and this also allow users to mine for rewards as well. So how it actually works is, on the left hand side we have the projects and the project's early investors and their community members, right? And so when they provide liquidity into the pool, um, ordinary users, right, in Biki or Biki's community will come in, and they will also contribute to the liquidity pool, or they will also purchase tokens or sell tokens to the liquidity pool. So in this case, right, both parties actually have their needs, and we serve both parties over here by providing 50% of trading fees in the tokens of whichever it is to back to the early investors or the project community or the project themselves, right? And also users who provide liquidity, they get to earn 50% trading fees as well, right? And so we vested a lot of resources to get this done, and amazingly, we have a lot of very good feedback from projects as well as users that this is a very good tool for them to use, and also to mine for more tokens, right? So generally how it works is pretty much almost the same concept as Uniswap. So I'll use an example, like when you put 100,000 USDT and you put 100 USDT and you put 100 USDT worth of Tron, for example, right, into the basket. And so what happens is when you actually place it on the Biki's platform, what it does, it actually places quotations in the order book. And so whenever the prices is going up, it will help you buy more Tron tokens. And when it's going down, it will help you sell Tron tokens. And over the long period of time, you actually get to benefit more with ROI as well. And on top of that, you are already earning from liquidity mining rewards. Right. So generally, this is like how it happens. So you can see the quotations in your order book, and those transactions will not happen until practically the prices the market prices hit your quoted prices. And when that happens, then your transaction will go through, and then you will actually mine for the liquidity rewards, right? So yeah, this method is actually dollar cost averaging as well, and so it generally gives you a lot more returns in your ROI as well, right? So you save. So this, based on the feedbacks that we got from our community, actually it save a lot of gas fees for them, and also there's no bots absorbing liquidity in decentralized exchanges, and also it gets the projects and their early investors and their communities to be engaged a lot more, and they will be discussing a lot more as well. Right. So the next thing I want to touch base on is staking. So I think over the last few months, we have seen huge interest, especially in the decentralized world on staking, right? And we have seen a lot of different programs on staking as well. And so we actually tested this on many outcomes and also many situations. And so for Biki's staking, is generally this your principal is guaranteed, right? And then your income is stable, and we actually support multiple tokens. So like the most recent one, we actually do 13% APY for USDT. Right, so these are the few examples. Like for FAO, we have annualized use at 4.06%, And then we have DOT at 3.36%, Tomo at 1.75%, right? USDT is, if you the USDT is 2%, but the newest one is 13, and for Tron is 1.2 or 1.12%, Ethereum is 0.63, and BTC is 0.35%, right? So all of this actually benefits the user a lot if they are less of a trader and more of a holder, right? So I just mentioned about liquidity mining, and I mentioned a lot. I mentioned a bit about staking, and then moving forward to 2021, right? So I think there'll be more developments in the staking programs, and I think there'll be more sophisticated models towards liquidity mining as well. Generally, this direction is moving towards more of getting closening the gap between communities, early investors, as well as the project into a very nice ecosystem to benefit each other, right? So we are coming to 2021 very soon. So I think the upcoming new launches of projects and new trends are definitely going to hit us. And of course, we are all very delighted with the 20,000 mark of BTC. I think it's a new milestone, right? And many more to come in 2021, right? So, and I think, yeah, that's it. I'd like to thank Tracy and also everybody for your time. Yep. Back to you.
Thank you, Ethan, very much for your speech here. And to be a trained setter in the crypto world, you will have to always keep up with the time, foreseeing the upcoming trend and take quick action, right? So thanks again for sharing with us here, Ethan. Thanks for your time. So hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Tracy.
Take care. Yeah. Bye. As the demand for exchanging digital assets grows rapidly, so crypto exchanges are becoming more and more important. So they are the bridge between the primary and the secondary markets, and the link between project teams and the blockchain investors. So next, we will have Elsa Chu, VP of Global Business, Blue Helix and HBTC. Also, GateChain, VP of ChainUp, partner of KingHash and Origin Pool. And Frank, business manager of Cashier Red, and Andrew, head of project relations at Whitebit Exchange. And the last one is Melin, head of overseas business of BBox, and Nisha, founder of WizX, to discuss technology trend in blockchain digital currency trading platforms. So how will trading platforms, top tiers in the industry, grasp the opportunities in the trade in the new era? So let's start the discussion. Thanks, guys, very much for participating with us, staying with us at this panel. Please say hi. Hello, Elsa. Hi. Hello, Jade.
Hey, hi, Tracy. How
Hey,
are you?
Frank.
Hi.
Also, yeah, Maylene and Nasha. Thanks very much. So let's go straight forward. This is a big group, right? So 5 people here. First of all, thank you very much again. So I will go straight to our first question. So my first question here is, trading is the most prevalent and frequently interacted element in the crypto world. So how to provide the safe asset custody and earn users' trust have become the top concern for all players in the field of crypto exchanges, right? So any insights on how to create a positive brand image and forge a bond of trust with users for trading platforms? Let's start with Elsa. So Elsa, hi, see you again, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah.
Thanks for your question. So, a short introduction. Elsa here from Blue Helix and HBTC. We're doing the Blue Helix SaaS and white label solutions for partners who want to set up an exchange. And also, HBTC.com is our self-managed exchange. And back to the question. So for us, right, as the most important medium of value exchange in the blockchain industry, so cryptocurrency trading not only keep, let's say, user data or user trading platform, but also is quite important to users because they are treated security as their primary consideration. So in terms of exchange security, HPDC has maintained a record of 0 incident in terms of stability and security within 3 years, which is the best proof of our security system as well. And we have completed 6,000 plus iteration of upgrades and 136,000 plus system builds and 0 incidents and 99.99 high availability since launch too. So we maintain perfect system reliability. So we can see this developing, launching, and system building efficiency in like top tier the internet companies, for example, Amazon, Alibaba, and Tencent, and so on. And because HPDC is our self-managed system, so it's part of Blue Helix Group. So Blue Helix Cloud has gained a rich experience in user needs and product optimization. So that's why how we can support and build the trust between users and the trading platforms. And as we all know that a lot of centralized exchanges, they use the centralized custodian or like say third-party custodian. It will affect a bit about the trust between the user and the platform. So for us, right, we have integrated our HPDC chain, which is doing the decentralized key generation. So our custodian part is we have parallel. So one is centralized and one is decentralized. So and for the centralized part, we can provide a proof of reserve. So all the users can use the macro trade to validate their assets on our platform. And for the decentralized, the assets is just easily not going to the platform. These people still can trade. So we believe that with the standardization and compliance go along the way, so custodian and especially for the decentralized custodian will have a good way to go. Yeah, that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you very much also again. So Jade, if you have anything like to share with us.
Thank you. For me, when we talk about the image of exchange platform, I think that we need to think about the globalization and both the globalization and the localization. I think for trading platform to ensure the safety of the assets custody service is the most basic. To build a brand image, I think that we need to think about a lot of things. First, maybe we need to think about globalize our business to build a global image. Since that for the short introduction for China, we founded in 2017, and we own a number of branches. As present, we have such branches office in Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore, and also we have Seoul, Beijing, and Shenzhen office. So we are preparing for more office in the world. It is what we do for the globalization part. We also hold a lot of events all around the world to let more people know about China or know about our partners as some trading platform. And now we also like more offices to make a local image for our to our local service to ensure that we do a lot of things to make things that obey some local regulations, and also that at the same time that we have a lot of partners all around the world, and such as some media partners to have a lot of articles and PR agencies to help us to build some local image. I think that it is our experience to build some globalization and localization part for these things.
Thank you very much. And Andrew, your takes on this?
Sure. So firstly, a quick introduction. My name is Andrew and I am Head of Project Relations at Whitebit Exchange, and it's a great honor to be speaking here. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
So I should say that it comes as no surprise that there have been growing concerns and even fears on behalf of the users when it comes to how secure their funds are with the exchanges. And the reasons behind this are rather obvious. Lately, we've had a lot of news of exchange hacks, persecution on behalf of regulators, even exit scams of various magnitude. And when thinking about this issue, we should ask ourselves, For example, what is one of the main reasons behind people preferring decentralized exchanges rather than centralized ones? The DeFi hype aside, I would say that it is the fact that there is simply no need to trust, because at any point, you know exactly what is happening with your funds. And that brings me to my point that companies earn users' trust when the users don't need to trust blindly. The best brand image an exchange could and should work on when it comes to addressing users' concerns is full transparency, no matter their size and rank.
Yeah.
After all, we should remember that blockchain and crypto are here not to replace the traditional financial market, but to transcend it. And I would like to share just a couple of insights. They are rather simple, but they are encoded deeply into our mission at Whitebit Exchange and our motto. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are: show your face, be open about who you are, what licenses you operate under, who runs your company. Second, embrace necessary regulation. There is simply no way around this, and it's better to be clear, as our motto says, and to help form this market rather than eventually become its outsider. Have strong cybersecurity, run bug bounties, involve trustworthy companies to run audits. Have an excellent support team, which is always there to help, explain, and solve problems. And if you're facing issues that are limiting your users' operations, let them know about what's happening and always keep them in the loop. And this is, I would say, the level 0 of what an exchange should do. And if all those checkboxes are fixed, I believe you're on the right path.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Andrew. So Frank, if you can share your insights with us.
Hi, this is Frank from Cashless Exchange, and thank you for inviting us to be here. I think as a centralized exchange, maybe my view is somewhat different from Andrew's view, because in South Korea, every exchange have to be certification, means ISMS certification. The only 10 exchanges have the ISMS certification, and which means that Information Security Management System certification. So every exchange is certificated by government. So it is very important to follow the government's rule and guidelines to maintain their business in South Korea. Okay, so my view is, first of all, and obviously, I think transparency and communication with users are most important thing. In this aspect, I think operation and system is very important because the team communicates with users directly. The trust cannot be built on without any effort, and it takes long time in general. So I'd like to thank for our operation and system first. And next, as I said before, following government's guide and rules are very important. Cashless exchange is safely storing most of customers' assets in separated cold wallets, which just few executives can access. It also following the government's rule and guidelines. So, yeah, that is the very basic thing, but also very important, because the fact that one exchange following the government's guidelines sincerely can create a positive brand image by itself. For example, like I said, ISMS. When South Korean users finding the exchange which they wanted to trade, they first search that the exchange got the certifications or not. So it is the very important point for users. And finally, building a network with other company can be a good way to keep customers also safely and create a positive brand image, I think, because the exchange alone cannot protect assets perfectly from outside attacks. In case of cash arrest, we have partnership with Signa from BitTorrent, which offering AML solutions to us. And we also keep searching some able security company to cooperate with nowadays. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And Meilun from Bbox. So your insights?
Yeah, hi. I'm glad to share my thoughts on this. So regarding how the trust levels of users to platforms, I think Bbox has done a great job. We have a great solid team, and we lean towards a steady growth. So our customers are trusting us to actually use this platform because of the tech and the AI background format. We actually went on a global compliant route from the beginning, and the strategy from early on is that this with our VQF licenses from Switzerland and Estonian licenses from crypto token to token. So this actually grows our customers' trust to us.
Okay.
And this is a global effort because we also have tried this from 3 or 4 years ago, from South Korea to Japan, and we're having these licenses pending. But to our customers, this would be a route, and I think if you're doing anything crypto, you should notice this and actually put your efforts into being compliant with the traditional finance. And I think this is kind of a core competency in our industry. Future later on, especially tonight, we broke all-time high.
Yeah.
And another part of this trust level would definitely come from your trust level with this tech team. We have veterans from both AI and blockchain in the industry. Notably, if we have Chinese audiences, they're from Huawei.
Okay.
High level from Huawei and veterans from OK. And this would be effectively the trust level, the stone for customers, how they would want to go with us, because they would trust us to as a platform. We will not do anything technically. We will not fail them. And also for this AI and blockchain platform that we have, this high alert that we have, this combined platform of AI and blockchain, that we will actually be alerted before everyone else. So if we're having great trading or we're having our perpetual contracts, our customer will not have their loss actually occurred because of what they call a needle, down or up. And this is how we actually gain the trust from our customers.
Thank you.
Needless to say that we have kept a record of 0 accidents since the beginning, which is a rare thing for bigger platforms like us. Thanks.
Thank you. So Nisha from Wizard X, right? We'd like to have your insights. Great.
Yeah, sure. See, I think I believe technology and product, all of these are important. But one of the key differentiators I've seen, which helps build immense trust in your community, is the founders and the teams coming in front of the users. And these examples are in front of us. Take Justin Sun, for example. He came in front of the people. He told about what they were building, and people looked up to him as this founder who's building a blockchain project, and they all backed the founder. Coming forward to, and Tron was not like the first blockchain to launch, yet it could make inroads because the founder came in front of the people. Same with, I would say, let's take CZ for example, from Binance. Binance was not like the first exchange to launch, but just because the founder was in front of the audiences trusted that exchange. I've done something similar with WazirX in India. We were not the first exchange. In fact, we were the last ones to launch about 2 years ago. And today we are the biggest because I decided that I should be in front of people rather than being hidden from the audiences that were using our product. So when founders come in front of people, their users tend to trust them more because ultimately you're dealing with money. And while you can use products and brands, when you come across people, I think that trust factor just increases tenfold. So I would lay this whole trust building as founders and team members coming in front of people and being real instead of just being a brand be a person. I think that affects a lot in this whole trust building exercise.
Thank you very much for sharing the insights on this question. So let's go next. As we talk about, so few guests sharing some concepts about the transparency and so sorry.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Can I just quickly address what Frank has said? Yeah, just to avoid misunderstandings. We were talking about regulations, yeah, and Frank said that he disagrees with me on that point, but it seems like we're both actually on the same side here, because I have said that we also are strong believers in regulations and that it cannot be avoided, and it must be embraced at the right time before it is like too late and you become an outsider in the market. So.
When we talk about regulation on the second question, so you will have time to discuss. Yeah. So, I mean, for exchanges, so you guys sharing some concept about transparency and also communicating with your users, right? So there's something lies between users and the products. So how to offer a more well-rounded product matrix or develop new growth drivers for trading and improve user experience on top of providing basic trading functions. So this is my question number one, and also I also would like you guys to share about the relevant regulation in your country. So let's start from Elsa. I know right now you are in Singapore, right? So I would like to know more. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I share a bit about the questions. So because we all know that user growth is another very important topic when we talking about security and the user growth as well. So because HPC is backbone by Blue Helix Cloud, so what we're doing is we keep sharpening our products in different dimension. For example, we have spot, perpetual swaps, options trading, OTC, leverage, margin trading, ETF, and so on. So we keep sharpening our products in different level. And for Blue Helix Cloud, because it's a SaaS service provider, we have about 300 plus partners globally. For example, I say Japanese license exchange Xdata, the global station is using our platform, and also the Chili's Net. Chili's, the fan token is recently done the Binance, and also in South Korea is Hapico. Hapico Global is also our clients. So for us as a service provider, in one way, we will keep sharpening our products and receive all the feedbacks from the retail trading. So that's why how we can gather all the product optimization and all the angles from the user operation as well. So we need to collect the needs from the ground. And just now you mentioned about the regulations, because recently all the big news is Singapore, the DBS exchange. DBS exchange is launching, I think this week or early next week. Yeah, this is because for HBDC, we're also one of the exempt exchange in MAS in Singapore as well, where everyone's looking for the license. And most of our clients, if they are registered in Singapore, we also help them with the license application, with the compliance and legal terms as well. So we all know that OSL in Hong Kong is recently received the first license in Hong Kong. I think it's a very big move. So I think Singapore will soon issue the first license, and everyone is looking for it. We don't see any hope for this year, but I hope that Q1 next year will have the new license coming out. I think first one will go to DBS. Yeah, DBS now is the one in the exemption period, and they are only open to the institutions and the compliance the institution firms. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you very much. And Jade would also like to have your insights. Hello, Jade. You here? Can you hear me, Jade? Hello? So there has some connection problem. Hello, Jade. You hear me? Okay, let's go Frank first of all. So Frank would like to share your ideas. Yeah.
Okay. As the industry is changing and developing, the user's preference is changing also, as you know, from margin trading to staking services. And nowadays, DeFi is very booming. So there has been so many tries to attract users. We have tried many ways to When we build a new service, we mainly consider three factors. The first thing is always regulation and government's guidelines. If you had a chance to see the Korean exchanges, you may notice that there are not any margin and future trading in their services.
Okay.
That is because our government blocked it. Before designing the service, it is always important to check whether the service can be contained in the boundary of the regulation or not. And the second thing is the market trend. Like I said before, there has been always a core keyword and trend in this industry. Recently, it was DeFi, obviously. As a centralized exchange, it was very hard to follow the DeFi trend, but we are trying to follow up the market trend in some other ways, like find some good project about the DeFi project. Yeah, that is the way how we try to follow up the market trend. The third thing is gathering attentions from new users. As the regulation is coming, we are mainly focusing on these new users who have not invested in crypto before. In this aspect, we are getting up the portion of stable investment products. The new users who are recently coming with regulations are more likely conservative than before. We think like these ways. To attract them, we are designing products using stable coins like USDT or CKRW based on fiat money. So the new users can enjoy a better and some more stable return than a bank's giveaways. So that is our view.
Yeah, thank you very much. And Andrew, your insights on this?
Of course. Yeah, so the market we all work in is, of course, a difficult one because it has not yet been established in itself. Yeah, so it really changes quickly. And therein lies the difference, actually, between crypto market and traditional finance, where in the usual situation, a company would be able to plan their development and marketing a couple of months ahead, half a year ahead, and use for that proven, measured, and working instruments. A blockchain company should always be able to stop and change the strategy in reaction to changes in the market. Yeah. And as of right now, you cannot survive in crypto if you are rigid and inflexible. And of course, this ability to quickly analyze and introduce new products is crucial to attracting new users for an exchange or a trading platform. Yeah. And it requires good brand management, product management, and considerable development resources. Just as an example, with Whitebit, we have a roadmap of products that we are planning to launch and have always wanted to launch. A good example of such a product would be margin trading that we have that has gone live this summer. However, apart from these, we also launched several additional products. For example, a P2P platform called Bitcoin Global and a decentralized exchange called WhiteSwap. And none of those were initially in our roadmap. They both became our quick reaction to what was happening in the market. The decentralized exchange was obviously in reaction to the DeFi hype, and the P2P platform was launched after the news of many P2P platforms coming under attack and getting banned in various countries. And we are certain that it is exactly the right timing that was the key point in the success of those two products. And another thing I wanted to point out is something that we call user's journey. It is a strategy of attracting new users that we are using, and it is a complex of activities that we do for our users with the purpose of, firstly, educating our existing user base about the new developments in our exchange, and secondly, familiarizing newcomers with what Whitebit is and how it works. And it includes anything from AMA session to educational videos to competitions, quizzes, staking events, and so on. And this has proven rather popular with the community because it employs gamification as the driving force behind creating a new generation of experienced exchange users. And to quickly address the regulation issue, as I said before, we are believers in the necessity of regulation. And our motto says, white is clear, which means that you have to be transparent and clear, and you cannot do that without complying with the current government guidelines. And it is also important to be able to work with the government while they are working on regulations in order to be in the loop and in order to help create those regulations and be in the center of events. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Mei Lun, your insights on this? Hello, Mei Lun. Are you here with us? Okay, let's go, Nisha from WizardX. So we'd love to have your voices here.
Yeah. So I think the first part of the question, I would simply.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
hey, yeah, you can go on.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry, you go on. I'll be the next round. So
Okay,
Nisha. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the first part of the question, we as an exchange, we usually try to just listen to our users and build what they ask for, rather than us having a roadmap. And I think Andrew put it really well, that the ecosystem changes so much. It's really hard for someone to predict what would need to be built, let's say 3 months down the line or 6 months down the line. So we figured out the better way is to just simply listen to what users are asking for, and feedback comes in different channels, Twitter, your Telegram groups. People just keep asking for features, and whatever is the most requested, we just build it. And we've done that time and again, and we realized that that's like the best approach. The second part, which is regulation, I think I would want to touch a little deeper into that. Now, I don't know if many people know, but India has had like a love and hate relationship with crypto for a long time now. And regulations have been more or less, I would say, less clear. There's not been any regulatory clarity in India. So while we've been trying to get regulations, positive regulations in the country, we realize that regulators are usually slower than the markets. So usually your innovation comes first, and then the regulations come in. So what we have been doing is, a bunch of us exchanges in the country, we've gotten together and we are forming sort of a self-regulatory organization. And the idea is that even before regulations come, can we follow a set of guidelines, all of us together, and show the regulators and show our country that we can self-regulate. And there's a set framework that we follow, which you can then adopt at a national level. So the idea is to self-regulate first, and then present that to our regulators, saying this is what we are already doing. How about regulating us in that direction? So yeah, at least in India, we are going towards the path of self-regulation instead of waiting for regulations to come in, so that that self-regulatory body can be seen like a model for the regulators to adopt in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing the current situation in India. It's a great thing. Thank you very much. And Mei Lun, your turn. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You're connected.
So I was saying, I was really agreeing to what Andrew just said, the gamification of the whole platform. And also, the India situation also gives us some light. And for BBox, our traditional finance growth customers are one of our top priorities. And in the past 2 years, we actually have formed strategic partnership with LSE, which is London Stock Exchange Group, with their global partner plan. We look forward to opening up both traditional finance world and blockchain industry and make everything more convenient to institutional players when they look up to this playfield and like to be part of the players. And product-wise, we actually have released great trading and DeFi mining with what other people have said this year's hot stars, and released custody and margin trading on top of the more convenient for institutions. So the products were chosen by a moderate route for our customers, where you have more options with actually better trading experiences. So I think BBox is actually one of the earliest to actually have algo trading with AI strategies that actually minimize your risk and maximize your gain at the same time. But not as perpetual contracts where people basically just go into like play lotteries. So our customer actually benefits with steady profits and smaller risks. Yeah, I think that's the route we're going on, and that's the current answer we have for this question. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Sorry, guys. So as we are running out of time, so I'm sorry to say, so we should stop this panel since we need to connect the following guests. Okay. So thank you again for participating in this panel discussion, for sharing your insights here. Hope to see you soon. And thanks again. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 So for this panel discussion, the exchange of ideas so give us a better understanding of exchanges, right? So I'm sure there is still much to anticipate from exchanges, and let's stay tuned. So that was a brilliant speech, right? So the explosive growth of digital economy is calling for change in every aspect of our industry. So how will exchange promote the upgrading in traditional finance, and how will blockchain and financial technology be fully integrated? So this is a paramount importance. So let's welcome Alicia Gall to deliver her speech on how do financial technology and blockchain truly merge, and how will exchange move traditional finance on-chain. So let's welcome Alicia. Hey, Alicia.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, it's your time.
Okay. Thank you. So this is Alicia, senior partner of KuCoin. So I'm in charge of KuCoin Global Relations. Today, I'm gonna share how to achieve true coupling between fintech and blockchain for you guys. And it's also a great honor to be invited here to share some of my thoughts over the industry developments. So before getting to the point, please join me going through the following 3 sets of data. Okay. So first one, the first set of numbers, total crypto market cap, which more than doubled over the past 12 months. We can see in the chart at the beginning of 2020, crypto market cap was slightly hanging below 200 billion, while now top 600 billion by today. That is a 300% net increase. And the next one, moving on the second set of data that illustrates an upward trend in total value locked in DeFi. We see it skyrocketing from the year opening from 650 million to 14 billion as of December 14, as a strong over 2,000% year-on-year increase. So with the source sets, let's zoom in from the macro to micro and take a look at the figure relates to Grayscale Investments Bitcoin holdings. Starting from May 12, 2020, the latest Bitcoin halving, about 900 Bitcoin are mined every day, while Grayscale's daily increase in Bitcoin holdings is about 950 since then. The crypto assets managers daily collecting is bigger than the Bitcoin daily production. So while Grayscale's Grayscale currently holds over 560,000 Bitcoin, about 2.67% of total Bitcoin supply. So what are the aforementioned 3 sets of data showing us? If not the complete big picture, I would say a damn good sketch. With DeFi's popularity and traditional institutions like Grayscale tapping into the crypto market, the signs of recovery are way more obvious than just detectable. So for cryptocurrency investment has been pushed to an all-time higher ever since Bitcoin keeps hitting a record high, just like today. Google search trend echoes such signs, and ever, and even demonstrate a stronger momentum of people beginning to take notice of cryptocurrency. In 2020, the whole world has seen its ups and downs. Well, downs mostly, despite that the crypto world in this year might have seen more ups and excitements. There are inseparable challenges and bottlenecks. The total crypto market cap now tops 600 billion, while Bitcoin takes 380 billion, accounting for more than 60%, and either from the sense of such predominance of one single crypto asset might be a problem. Judging from what has happened with the traditional internet industry, monopoly and could hinder the industry's rapid development, given that it's the nature of hot money and accordingly other resources in chasing the big players like Bitcoins in our case in here. So which obviously will cause troubles to new projects when raising funds, no matter how innovative they are, and it's difficult to them to garner the attention they need. So as the most friendly platform for newly developed projects, we have endeavoring to find hidden gems in the crypto industry and help them to strengthen from multiple aspects: technology, community, eco partners, and we are determined to keep empowering more. One by one, we believe it will ultimately facilitate mass adoption of blockchain. So to open up to more crypto gems, we provide multiple listing channels on KuCoin, such as Spotlight, community voting, direct listing. Taking Spotlight as an example, we've now seen 8 projects being launched on the platform, completing their initial token sale and fundraising. According to data from CryptoRank, KuCoin Spotlight projects have an average return rate of over 400%, ranking top-notch among all the trading platforms that provide such services. So we have built 16 different language-speaking communities, including but not limited to English, Italian, Russian, with nearly 200,000 community members, which will be able to foster a rich soil for promising projects, anchor for community support and other resources. I think we are one of the most globalized exchange with the most widely distributed user base in the world. And we currently support over 250 tokens, including mainstream currencies, stablecoins, DeFi, cross-chain projects, and other fields. In addition to providing a global user base and community for high-quality projects, we also provide a general and extensive infrastructure. We are offering a number of crypto-related financial services: fiat to crypto, crypto to crypto, futures, staking, lending, token sale, and so forth. With the diversity of product lines of KuCoin, users have more than adequate tools to capture both alpha and beta returns, and meanwhile, to properly hedge against risks. So let's talk about KuCoin Futures. Since its first inception, KuCoin Futures has been our outstanding products, especially in this year. It now supports 17 contracts based on USDT margin and coin margin contracts, and covers perpetual futures and quarterly delivery futures. So far, we are proud to have 600,000 happy and loyal users trading in futures from more than 120 countries and regions all over the world. KuCoin Futures has achieved a stunning rapid rise of trading volume that's increased by 420% from the very beginning of this year. In terms of users' experience, we've delivered an industry-leading trading experience ever on the app and providing a light version to make it more user-friendly and easy to start, even for newcomers. In regards to industry-leading innovation, and development. We are the only exchange that supports the level 3 full order book message pushing on full matching engine data, which guarantees the transparency and also the fairness of every transaction and data. And our margin trading products, pioneering exclusive 10 times cross margin, which supports 23 tokens and 44 trading pairs. Unique C2C lending market, which creates ultra high returns for users with low risks. KuCoin margin traders distributed in over 200 countries and regions, and trading volumes has increased by 200% in this year. So in the future, we will continue to improve the margin trading experiences, increases product function, and supports more cryptocurrencies. So we are only fertile soil for already good blockchain projects to flourish, but will also become an incubator for promising ones to first fruits and then blossom. So we are determined to empower projects from multiple dimensions, naming underlying technical environments, business application scenarios, initial token distributions, token circulations, user and community building, and future chain governance. So please make no hesitation. Let's join hands. So find the next crypto gem on KuCoin. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Alicia. Thank you. So your speech is really inspiring. So help us better understanding the possibility of integration between exchanges and the traditional finance. Thanks again. So with the fast growth in digital economy, I'm sure that exchanges will be more deeply integrated with traditional finance, and the blockchain will be made a simple tool for everyone. So thank you again.
Hi.
Yeah, so in recent years, in the cryptocurrency trading market, many exchanges and the financial institutions have shifted their focus to the growth of financial derivatives. So we often hear heated discussion on how to expand the derivatives category, identify new user needs, and make smart investment. So let's welcome Nimord to give us a presentation theme, where is a smart money, blockchain financial derivatives, and identify new user needs and expand the derivative category. Welcome, Nimord. So it's your time. I'm Tracy. Great to be here with you on this speech.
Hi. Thank you. I'm actually not talking about derivatives, but rather more on-ramps and mainstream adoption. So maybe there's a mix-up in the speakers. So hi, everyone. I'm Nimrod Lehavi. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Simplex. I'll just give a kind of a brief history about myself. I started my way in crypto, I think it was around 2011. I think like many of the people who started interacting with the ecosystem back then, it was a lot of technical interest, some part ideology, looking for alternative financial systems, more transparent, more inclusive, something that will hit that will be able to touch more lives and more people. And Simplex main task from day one was enabling more users to touch the crypto space, to make crypto more accessible to everyone, to make it simple, basically, to make it super simple for people to buy. When I initially wanted to buy Bitcoin, it took me something like a year before I was actually able to get my hands on some Bitcoin. Back then, credit cards weren't even an option. It was considered the holy grail for a long time. So we started working in 2013. We started the company officially in 2014, which makes us one of the veteran companies in the space. We started providing the service in December 2014. And today we are serving hundreds of partners, exchanges, wallets, outlets, enabling them to serve millions of users globally, all around the world, and enabling them to pay billions of dollars, millions of dollars a day in new money getting into the crypto ecosystem. I think that, specifically today, after we all broke the new all-time high, finally, the 20K psychological barrier, I think it's clear to everyone who's outside of the crypto space, or whoever is newer to the crypto space, that it's happening. We've worked on for almost a decade. It's going to happen. It's no longer something that just a few geeks are talking about. And in order for the crypto ecosystem to be a multi-trillion-dollar ecosystem, as it should and as it would be, one of the major challenges is easy on-ramps. As part of it, it's always easy off-ramps as well. I think that in order for mainstream users, both private users and corporations, to actually take part in the ecosystem, they need to know that it's as easy to get out as it is to get in. They want to know it's easy to liquidate, easy to interact with the fiat ecosystem, with the banks. Currently, it's still not exactly the case. But in order for this ecosystem to grow from the current half a trillion dollars, a bit more now with the all-time high, to tens or hundreds of trillions of dollars, one of the major things is on-ramps. So I think the opportunity here is huge, and the work here is huge. And what we're doing, the fact that we chose from the get-go to serve the entire industry rather than try and hog users to ourselves, we're a platform enabling other companies to access the users or enable users access to the market. We are providing predominantly credit card, Visa and MasterCard, fully safe payment trails. We've recently added SEPA, so Europeans are able to wire money in much larger amounts. We're also adding, in a few weeks, we'll be adding SWIFT, so users globally will be able to wire and make purchases via wire, both on-ramps and off-ramps. We're also working on adding additional credit cards, UnionPay, JCB, Yandex. We're also adding ACH transactions within the US. I think that one of the major features that we are able to provide right now is banking, providing with the users of our partners with a very friendly, crypto-friendly banking. You're able to open a bank account, everyone except American citizens for the time being, until we're completing our licensing efforts in the US. So everybody's able to open a bank account with us. It's a fully functional bank account with your IBAN, international bank account number. You're able to open it, you're able to use it, you're able to make purchases through it, you're able to sell crypto through it. Again, unlimited amounts. Well, once you've completed the onboarding of the account, the transactions are very cheap and almost immediate. So I think this is something which is pretty big for the ecosystem. Also, our partners are able to connect to it with an API. So basically, you're able to view your fiat balance from within your favorite wallet or exchange, as long as they integrated these features. You're able to see
there has a connection problem with our speaker. So let's wait a bit to see if we can solve this technical issue here. Or maybe let's play a video again. 这里播一下那个视频吧。Yeah, so we're back again. So you can continue your keynote. Okay, I'll give the time to you. Yeah.
No worries. I'm back.
Yeah. You're all good here. Oh,
okay.
It seems like your frame is frozen right now. So maybe trying to connect to a better network if you have. Yeah.
Now you can see me? You can see me moving, or
yeah, the frame is frozen, so I cannot see your movement here.
But you can hear me because
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you properly, but I just cannot see the picture there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe because I'm sharing the deck. It doesn't really matter. I mean, mostly it's or is it bad?
Would you prefer to continue the speech without the keynote? If you can do that.
Yeah, I think I can continue.
Sure. Let's try again. Yeah, we'll try again.
Okay. Should I start?
Yeah. Yeah, now it works.
Okay, excellent.
Just
where I dropped off, or okay.
Go ahead.
So, as I started saying, when you're processing credit cards, there are risks that come with the territory. Credit card fraud is a huge issue in every ecosystem, and even more so in an ecosystem such as ours, where if someone is committing fraud with a credit card, he's basically not losing anything; he's just gaining the crypto that he stole. That's why Simplex, since day one, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We are underwriting a transaction, and if we enabled it, we are 100% behind it. So if it ends up in a chargeback, we keep you whole, meaning that you're never in loss. I think it's a super important feature for this ecosystem specifically. We're going to continue providing these payment trails and other payment rails in as immediate format as possible and as safe and secure format as possible to everyone. So both the user and the exchange or wallet or whoever is selling is always safe and secure. As said, we're also adding additional payment methods for multiple jurisdictions, again, trying to provide them in the fastest way possible. So when we are handling wire transfers, we're trying to find the fastest way possible that we're able to add them. We're trying to make it as global as possible. So we're trying to find different solution, more localized to different jurisdictions. We're working on some very large, very underserved jurisdictions right now. And again, the banking feature at its core is enabling users globally to open a bank account, wire money to it in whatever format they prefer, and then use the money from that account, and vice versa, sell crypto into that account, and later on wire the money from that account to the regular account. A very important aspect of this feature is the fact that it's an IBAN on your name. As whoever tried to move money around from a crypto exchange or a crypto company to his personal account, whoever tried that has noticed that the bank has some issues with that. Banks are very risk averse. They're afraid of crypto transactions. But when you're making a transaction from another account on your name, the flags are different. So the banks are less worried. They assume correctly that we have performed the proper AML and proper KYC on the money in your bank account. Hence, they're less worried and more likely to complete this transaction. Another important part is issuing debit cards. We've recently became a principal member of the Visa network, which enables us issuing debit cards to our partners' users. So if you are one of our partners, you're able to start issuing debit cards with your branding powered by Simplex to your users. Your users will need to have opened a bank account with Simplex, and then they're able to interact with this bank account through their issued debit card, globally usable. Very interesting also on the branding side. So our mission has always been and still is to just enable anyone anywhere to buy anything, any digital asset that they want in any format possible. I think that over the past 7-8 years that we've been operating, we've succeeded quite a lot in creating this move in making the purchases of crypto something which is less agonizing, something which is more accessible. I think that now with PayPal stepping into the market, it's a super interesting influence on the market. I think it's a great step towards more adoption, but there are about 9 billion people around the world. PayPal serves hundreds of millions. It's only the beginning. Our intention is to make it accessible to everyone, everywhere, in any format that they see fit, and enable them to buy whichever digital asset that they see fit. We take great pride in the fact that we are ourselves enabling millions of dollars in new money into crypto on a daily basis. It's something that we're very proud of, and we're even more proud because we're taking care of the fact that it's all super clean, regulated, free of dangerous assets. So every dollar that is going through Simplex is filtered, scrutinized, and we make sure that we enable the good players more and more, and we don't let the bad players get in. I think it's super important for us to grow a safe ecosystem to work in, especially as more and more mainstream users are stepping in. Super important for us to make it a safer environment for everyone. I think that we are, as the market leader in on-ramps and off-ramps, I think we have a great responsibility in setting the standards of what should be the quality of the service, what should be the level of the service, what type of services make sense to the users, and whatnot. So that's it. I'm happy to share this information about Simplex, even more happy to do so on the day of the new all-time high. Just proving my point of making it easier to access just brings more users bring more usability to crypto and makes all of us happier. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nimor, for your sharing here. We really learned a lot, and your speech gives us a understanding of financial derivatives, and also we believe financial derivatives are playing an important role in the digital currency market today. Thank you very much for sharing. And I believe, there will be more diversified products that will enrich this market, and let's see what will happen in the future. Stay tuned. Bye. Appreciate your time. Bye. So apart from financial derivatives, there is another thing that we care about. That is a massive adoption of blockchain. So safe to say that real-life application of digital assets is always a goal we are trying to achieve as the industry develops. So this respect, how will the integration of tourism with cryptography fuel the wide adoption of cryptography in real life. So today we have Juan here to tell us with his presentation, real-life application of digital assets, so integration of cryptography in tourism and how this will fuel the wide adoption of cryptography in real life. So let's welcome Juan. Hello, Juan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, this is Tracy. So good to have you here. So it's your time now.
Oh, great. Can you guys all see the presentation?
Yeah, you can start your presentation. Yeah, I can see that.
Awesome.
Wow.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So
Awesome
yeah, first of all,
background.
oh, good. Thanks. Yeah, just get it on the travel move here.
Yeah.
So yeah, first of all, I know we all wanting to travel again, so it's probably a good topic to talk about tonight. So my name is Juan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Traveler.com. My background is in travel tech, and obviously I've been involved in blockchain since back in 2015 now. So it's been quite a while. Today is a big day. We've been waiting for this moment for, I think, almost 3 years now. So yeah, congratulations again to everyone holding Bitcoin and everybody that obviously believes in the space, as this is an important achievement, what we just saw today. What I'm going to talk about is Traveler.com. Obviously, as a project that has built, an alternative for online travel bookings, and also a project that is proven to be a great vehicle for mass adoption of cryptocurrencies. And this is probably one of the areas where, us as a community, or as you know, the founders and the teams that building in this ecosystem, is important to focus on the fact that, we all going to benefit from adoption of cryptocurrencies as a whole. And here's where we believe that obviously Traveler.com could play an important role in the future. What we do today is basically, what we consider to be the Web 3.0 OTA, online travel agency. Back in the 90s, we had players like Booking.com and Expedia that were very innovative. Then in early 2000s, we have the second generation, what we call the Web 2.0, with the likes of Uber and Airbnb, obviously on the travel space. And now what we're trying to do is to go a step further to actually decentralize the travel booking experience, both from the consumer side and also from the travel supplier side. What we offer today is over 3 million travel products across the world, reaching 230 countries, over 90,000 destinations globally, with prices up to 40% cheaper than what consumers will find in traditional online travel agencies. We managed to gain a lot of traction with over 150,000 monthly active users as we speak. And obviously, thanks to the backing of Binance as well, that help us achieve this type of growth. The next phases, we're building a lot of decentralized applications within the travel tech or the travel space. And for that, obviously, we're building on top of Binance Smart Chain. What we believe, as I mentioned before, is that travel is an ideal path for mass crypto adoption. At the end of the day, we all travel. We probably haven't traveled so much in 2020 for obvious reasons, but we're also very confident that, as travel restrictions start to ease post-COVID, we're going to see an absolute tsunami of travel bookings and a significant increase of travel demand, particularly due to the pent-up demand that has been built over 2020. We want to offer a frictionless travel booking experience so that any consumer can come and book the travel on Traveler.com, whether they're looking for homes, hotels, flights, tours and activities, or any of the products that we offer today. Despite having a lot of blockchain functionality on the platform, since day one, we focus on offering great UX, UI, so that any user, including mainstream users, can be introduced to crypto as well. In a way, we think about it as a frictionless on-ramp into crypto, servicing not just the crypto and blockchain community, but any user or mainstream user that obviously we can manage to introduce to cryptocurrency through the Traveler.com platform. Our roadmap so far, so we have, as many of you probably know, partnered with some of the biggest travel brands in the world, from Booking.com to Expedia, Agoda, and up to 15 different travel suppliers. Most recently with Viator's, TripAdvisor, to add over 400,000 tours and activities worldwide as well. But until today, we have managed to integrate just over 3.1 million travel products between hotels, flights, homes, and activities. We're working on many more partnerships or integrations, and we're also looking at the next travel verticals that we will offer on the platform. This includes cruises, car rentals, packages, and a number of other travel products, with intention of building the largest decentralized OTA in the world in terms of the number of travel products that we will eventually offer our users. From a technology point of view, obviously we built we put a lot of time into our product, both obviously the website, desktop and mobile versions, the native apps, and the different products that we run both for our consumers and our travel suppliers. And we're also doing a lot of work with Binance in terms of different integrations like Binance Connect, Binance Login, and utilizing the wallet infrastructure and a number of other things that we are building on Binance Smart Chain as well. Going forward, we will continue to improve the digital wallets within the platform and to build the decentralized business models for the travel platform on Binance Smart Chain. So yeah, we're very excited about building a platform that can actually give that level of freedom to travel suppliers, whether it's a small boutique hotel or a property owner, an apartment owner, or obviously the bigger travel suppliers. We want to offer them a fair way to own the booking economy. As you probably know, existing online travel agencies, they control a lot of the booking volume that goes through these small travel suppliers. In some occasions, paying commissions anywhere between 20 and 30%. We want to move away, or help them move away from that monopoly, that control from these centralized online travel agencies, by building a technology that will allow them to freely interact in a peer-to-peer level with travelers, with consumers, which obviously will help both in terms of transparency, pricing, and the whole user experience for both the consumers and the travel suppliers. An important thing to touch base on is the market itself. This is perhaps something that we've seen with the likes of Airbnb. We are following that natural evolution of P2P commerce in terms of we've seen with the success of Airbnb how consumers are a lot more open towards platforms that offer better pricing, more transparency, and so on. What we want to do here is take things to the next level, and what we're learning is like the size of a market. There's already one of the largest industries at the moment, estimated to be worth over $2 trillion by 2026. We believe that that's going to be significantly larger when you consider the actual decentralized travel booking space, exponentially larger for a simple reason. When the technology that we're building is open to everyone, anywhere, anytime. We can have any property owner, any apartment owner. Think about Airbnb. They have over 7 million listings of individual property owners and property managers. There's over 2 million hotels globally. There's tens of millions of travel products that we are aiming for that could be used by billions of users at a global scale on a P2P level through a decentralized platform that eventually will also, have a decentralized governance model and so on. So yeah, very excited about the market itself, and obviously, coming out of the COVID period, also very excited to see how the demand increases. The backing from Binance obviously is a key part of our roadmap going forward. We do have several integrations already. Binance users can log into the Travel.com platform directly with their Binance account through the Binance login and Binance Connect. We're running and planning multiple core marketing activities and campaigns. We're working on several integrations, and yeah, obviously there is an easy way for millions and millions of Binance users to easily, use the Travel.com platform to book travel in a very seamless way. All of these, the advantages that we offer on the Travel.com platform are obviously powered by our native token, the AVA token, and one of our main use cases is the SMART program. And this is one of the pain points that we identified in the travel industry in regards to loyalty and rewards. We all been exposed at one point or another to existing loyalty and rewards programs from whether it's air miles, whether it's the Booking.com Genius program. The level of transparency is obviously not what we were told or what it was supposed to be. There's been a lot of pushback from consumers in regards to the actual value of existing loyalty programs within the travel industry. So we wanted to fix that issue from the beginning, and we came up with the SMART program, which is probably one of the most significant use cases of the Travel.com platform. The SMART program allows users to enjoy up to 10% direct discounts and gift backs on any travel bookings just by holding the AVA token, as well as bonuses, up to 24% per year, depending on the amount of AVA that they lock on the Travel.com platform. But it's proven to be a great mechanism, not just for our community and our token holders, and obviously for the token economic itself, but also to incentivize continued growth of the platform by offering, a tokenized loyalty program that adds real value to users as they continue to use the platform, as well as obviously liquidity through the rewards and so on. By default, any user that comes to the Travel.com platform and makes a booking, even if that user is not part of our SMART program, is going to receive 2% gift back on our native token AVA. This is something that we use to introduce crypto to mainstream users. Anyone can come to the platform, make a booking, and immediately, whether they're any crypto user, whether they pay with a credit card or any other payment method, they're going to get introduced to those tokenized loyalty rewards through our native token. This is one of the main use cases, but obviously we have several use cases. AVA is a multidimensional token with proven utility, from obviously booking payments to rewards, spending in shops. We have integrations with multiple payment gateways, and it powers a number of other use cases within the platform. But perhaps the SMART program is our most significant use case for the AVA token. In terms of the partnerships, we've managed to break that barrier with a lot of well-known multinationals like the likes of Expedia or Booking.com partnering with us and allowing us to basically bring all the travel inventory, all the travel products to the crypto world again. Expedia was a perfect example of a partnership that we announced a few months ago. As many of you might know, Expedia tried to accept Bitcoin payments back in 2018. Obviously, it was a bit too hard for them to manage in terms of the actual payment processing and so on. So the fact that we were able to secure this partnership and make all the hotels and all the properties bookable again with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. We offer over 35 different payment methods in the Travel.com platform at the moment in terms of cryptocurrency payment options, apart from our native token AVA. This includes obviously TRX and USDT TRC20. The TRX, for example, is one of the cryptocurrencies that we first integrated at the beginning, because we want to use the platform as a way to showcase use cases for some of the main assets in the industry, and make sure that together we help in driving crypto adoption across the whole industry. So yeah, very happy with the partnerships that we had so far, and obviously the fact that we can bring all these travel products to the platform to offer to our consumers through the Travel.com platform. Same applies to blockchain partners. We partner with some of the leading brands in the space. Again, TRON is another one of them, not included in this presentation, but one that we've been working very close with since the beginning. We believe that building this strong ecosystem around the Travel.com platform will benefit not just the platform itself, but the whole ecosystem, by allowing communities from different projects to be able to book travel through Travel.com platform, and also for our existing users and our existing community to get to know these projects, for example, as we integrate them on the Travel.com platform. So yeah, in a nutshell, very excited about what's to come in 2021 and looking forward beyond 2021. And I'll just would like to recommend anyone to please check us out. Go and take a look at Travel.com whenever you want to book a hotel or a flight or anything. Help us bring adoption to the industry.
Yeah.
And by the way, you'll save some money as well, because we also offered a best price guarantee. So if any user finds a better deal anywhere else, we will match it or beat it.
Thank you very much, Juan, for sharing. I hope this COVID-19 will just leave us as fast as possible, right? So that the people can really participate into the real use case in blockchain. I mean, this is a very exciting use case, right? Thank you again, Juan. Yeah, for sharing.
No worries.
Yeah, looking forward to more travels globally later on. Okay.
I think we all itch to travel again. So I think we are just coming to the end of the pandemic.
Thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate your time. So hope to see you soon. So bye. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Same. Thanks for having me here. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So for Juan's sharing, we understand that the tourism industry has not been closely integrated with crypto assets in many aspects, right? So I believe that the future is promising for the massive adoption of digital assets and the blockchain. So if an industry is well developed, it usually will happen to have lots of applications in a variety of areas. For example, in the last 2 years, companies providing trust and custody services are in the spotlight of the market. So next, let's welcome Kevin to give his presentation on history and great changes in financial applications, big changes and the trails in the history of financial applications. Let's welcome Kevin. So hey, Kevin, this is Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. Thank you for the introduction.
So it's your time. You can
Fantastic.
Start. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So as Tracy mentioned, my name's Kevin Litsinity. I've been in the crypto space for about 5 years now, and have been in Fintech, the rest of my career. I currently serve as the Chief Strategy Officer for Prime Trust, which is a Nevada state chartered trust company. We're a financial institution here in the US in the crypto space, like a Paxos, BitGo, some other trust companies here in the US that are in the space. I'm also the co-founder at a startup called Bank, and I'm also the host of a new show that's airing January 8th called Building Blocks, which is all about fintech education, blockchain 101, things like that. And at Prime Trust, I should mention, prior to becoming Chief Strategy Officer, I've also been Chief Product Officer. I've been Chief Technology Officer. I've worn a lot of hats over the last 5 years, so I can speak a lot to the history of being a custodian in the space, how the space has evolved from our perspective, things of that nature. What I'm asked, probably most often is kind of, why have I decided to professionally dedicate myself to the crypto space, right? Why is that what Prime Trust does? Why is that what I do? And why does it really matter to the broader world? And I think this is an interesting question that's becoming more and more relevant every day as we get more media attention into the space and we get more adoption from a broader audience. That's really what people are looking at. And for me, it really boils down to kind of three different things. I'm definitely a libertarian at heart. So the first thing for me is always self-sovereignty, right? Having the ability to actually control keys, to actually control assets, and not be bringing them to other places where you no longer have the final say in what they do. You're able to actually own that asset. You're able to control it. No one can tell you how you can spend it. That matters a lot to me as a libertarian. But then the other, which I think is more interesting to the broader audience, is that crypto kind of allows for access to a whole different set of financial products, right? We can start to have fractionalized assets, whether they be fiat currencies through stable coins, whether they be, securities that are traded on the New York Stock Exchange, for example, right? Crypto as an asset class has a really interesting possibility with the level of precision that exists. And you can really start to wrap assets. You can start to fractionalize that ownership. And maybe now I don't have to buy a full share of Berkshire Hathaway for a ton of money. I can buy, 0.001 shares or things like that. I think when you look at stocks and you look at real estate and you look at larger investment projects, that's a really interesting thing of why crypto matters. You can also get into some really interesting things like asset-backed lending, right? Traditionally, for financial institutions and for other folks, asset-backed lending is really hard to do on the fly because you need to kind of value the assets that you're backing. And if it's not a public security, there's not really a liquidity option for these asset-backed loans. But now all of a sudden, through crypto, we basically see this brand new kind of industry, which around the liquidity pools and around DeFi, and basically being able to say, hey, I'm going to lock up some Bitcoin. I'm going to take a loan against that collateral that I'm putting up, and I'm going to go then spend these funds that I got as a loan. And meanwhile, the asset that's collateralizing it is rising, right? All of that happens because you have these 24/7 markets. And then lastly, things like staking just didn't exist before blockchain. So, I know that's kind of a long-winded answer, but I think it's important to kind of set the stage. And I know no one really wants to listen to me talk about new financial products. You want to hear about Prime Trust and other things, which I'll get to. But I think it's important for people to understand why we do the things that we do, and why this industry exists, and why I and the folks here at Prime Trust and at Bank and at Building Blocks are all really passionate about the space. Finally, kind of the globalized asset classes. There's very little assets that you can actually use to move value globally, let alone 24/7, let alone almost instantaneously. So to me, that's why crypto matters. And let me talk a little bit about the ecosystem that we've built and how you can build in blockchain, because I know that's something that's often misunderstood or difficult to understand. Really what we did is we started by building Prime Trust, right? And I'll kind of go into the broader strategy. But for those of you that are unfamiliar with Prime Trust flagship product is something called Prime Core. And we really view Prime Core as financial infrastructure. We like to say that we're the AWS, but for fintech apps. And the reason we say that is because just like you don't really, host a server in the closet at the office anymore, you deploy things now to the cloud, whether it's AWS or Google Cloud or something else. We want to do the same, and we are doing the same for the fintech space. So Prime Core is basically an API or a set of infrastructure, and it covers 7 different pieces. It covers custody, whether it's fiat or digital assets. It covers payment rails, cards, wires, APIs for all sorts of payment processing. It covers liquidity, the buying and selling of Bitcoin, buying and selling of other crypto, buying and selling of fractional shares. It covers debit card issuance, that you can go and spend that crypto on a debit card wherever MasterCard's accepted. It covers indemnity, because fraud and chargeback risks are huge when you're processing retail rails, right? So you want to be able to process credit cards with indemnification against chargebacks down the road. We have a 24/7 kind of settlement engine for USD and crypto off-chain in the dark pool. And then, of course, this is all wrapped around our compliance program and our US regulatory license. And this really is intended for anybody building fintech applications. And as we looked at the role of a custodian, I think what led us to build this, and what we realized kind of early on, is that being a custodian in and of itself isn't actually that interesting, right? What's kind of the end goal? And the end goal is to foster the adoption of crypto and blockchain. And how can we best do that as a custodian? Is it by holding on to some Bitcoin or TRX or whatever the asset is? And the answer is no. Actually, holding on to crypto isn't a very interesting problem. It's what is everything else that we can enable with kind of our regulatory positioning, and what technology can we deploy out into the market? That's what people are really interested in. And I think once we started to think of a custodian as a technology infrastructure, now all of a sudden kind of our entire process changed, right? And Prime Core is now the infrastructure that powers Binance US, Bittrex, OKCoin, stablecoins like TrueUSD, crypto on-ramps like Swan, right? This infrastructure is used by a ton of different projects and companies, from small startups in the garage to enterprises like Binance. And that, to me, is a lot more interesting, right? When you can take these 7 pieces, you can build almost anything that you want on top of these 7 pieces. If you're building an exchange, you can use the payment rails, you could use the liquidity, you can use the custody, and you can use the settlement. And now what you have is an exchange that you can deploy to the market really quickly, right? Taking that role of a custodian and actually basically giving more fundamental tools and infrastructure. That's what we've been trying to do with Prime Trust. And we think that's what is really important going into the next 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. The role of a custodian isn't actually to really be a custodian anymore, right? It's to give these Lego pieces. It's to give these plug and play different capabilities and different functionality that lets people get products to market quickly, that lets people innovate, and that basically enables this other generation of fintech applications to be built on top of us. That's kind of our enterprise play. And then, of course, we're not happy with just one thing, right? We're trying to really push the industry forward in a lot of ways. So what we say is, if you're trying to build a fintech application, whether it be an exchange or anything else, you should build on top of Prime Core, right? You should talk to Prime Trust. You should come talk to us. And we can provide you with a lot of technology, a lot of kind of regulatory positioning, and a lot of services that can help you get to market quickly. But now, what if you're a consumer that doesn't really help a consumer? Or what if you're a fintech application that's looking for a user base, right? So take, for example, something like crypto payments. Crypto payments is traditionally, kind of something that's difficult to do in the US. BitPay obviously services the space. And that's kind of it. So if you're an application and you're trying to get basically your users to be able to pay via crypto, or you're trying to interact with end users, you have some issues. And that's where we're trying to come at the market from 2 different places. And that's actually where we introduced a concept called Bank. And Bank is it's a mobile application. The beta is live in the app stores and the Google Play stores. But the view for Bank is to be the consumer application, right? So Bank is going to allow in future iterations for people to hold digital currencies in their wallets. You can deposit Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron-based assets, whatever crypto assets you want to hold. And then we're going to make it really easy for people to get in and out of those assets. So we can bring a whole nother wave of people into the crypto space. And we're also going to make it really easy for people to then spend that crypto basically at any merchant that they want, right? That to me is an interesting combination. You have Prime Trust as a custodian creating infrastructure for other applications to build on top of. And then you have Bank as a consumer application serving as an on-ramp and serving as an entry point into crypto. And that means that now basically our goal is for people in the space to stop fighting each other for market share, right? When an exchange pops up right now, at least my perception, is that a lot of it is trying to basically pull users from the other exchange, right? It's exchange competing against exchange for kind of a set user base. And it's a lot less about, bringing new people who aren't yet in crypto into crypto. And that's a much harder problem to solve. But we fundamentally believe that by being able to service kind of the enterprise space and to enable more interesting applications to be built, while at the same time creating kind of a retail and a consumer experience to increase the total size of the space, that we're able to tackle this problem from both sides. And then, when you look at DeFi projects and things like that, they all need a user base, right? They're all intimidating. A lot of people who are new to crypto aren't sophisticated enough to really get into DeFi projects. Those are all things that we can leverage Bank to try to tackle and try to get people into. And then kind of lastly, the third important piece for us is education, right? We're big believers in increasing the size of the crypto industry, getting new users into crypto, getting people to buy their first blockchain-based assets, getting people to really engage and understand in what is crypto, what is blockchain, what are we all doing here? Everybody that's talking today and everybody that's kind of listening here is listening because they're interested in crypto. So how do we get them into the space? How do we increase that? And for us, that's all about education. And that's why we've recently decided that we're going to start a show. I don't want to call it a podcast because there's a video component, but we're going to start a show called Building Blocks. And Building Blocks is streaming on YouTube and lots of other fun places. And that's all about blockchain education. And it's all about getting more consumers into the space. So when we think about at a high level, how do you build the future, right? How do you take the blockchain industry from where it is today to something that's completely mainstream and that's used everywhere, that's ubiquitous, right? Think of the internet in the 90s versus the internet now. How do you take the blockchain platforms and that technology and you make that giant leap? For us, we're trying to hit it from every angle. We're trying to support it from the enterprise side with Prime Trust, Prime Core, taking the custodian, making it a complete infrastructure platform to get new projects out quickly, get them to market kind of in a compliant manner, in a safe manner. We're trying to increase the consumer user base by leveraging Bank, by creating kind of that easy on-off ramp, that way to get into the industry. And then we're going to try to hit it from an educational angle as well and try to educate people on what is crypto, what are these new assets that you can get, why is self-sovereignty important, and why is all the work that we're doing here important. And I think in a nutshell, that's kind of an introduction to what we're doing here more broadly at Prime. And if any of those things are obviously interesting to anybody out there, we'd be happy to hear from you. We're always excited to support new infrastructure from Prime Trust and have more apps and things built on top of us. And then we're also excited to be able to bring a user base to more people, right? By integrating paying with Bank and things like that. I think in a nutshell, I know that's a long-winded answer to kind of what does a custodian look like in the future? I think the short answer is it doesn't actually look like a custodian at all. It looks like a technology services provider. But that's hopefully as much of an introduction as I can fit in 10 or 15 minutes and a little bit of a preview into what we're building here and how we think that impacts the future.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for sharing here. Okay, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So hope to see you soon and take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
So now we know the significant role of asset managed companies in the market. So let's hope that the major changes in the financial application will surprise the market. So as the biggest gateway to blockchain, exchanges have always been the paramount importance in the face of the new situation. So we must not overlook the challenges confronted by exchanges. So it's crucial to figure out how to get out of the comfort zone and deal with the changes and the barriers in the industry. So we are pleased to have Sam to give us a speech on how should exchanges take on the new challenges. So how will exchanges overcome three major obstacles, like a high access barrier, great difficulties, and high cost? So hi, Sam. Great to have you here. It's Tracy
Hi.
from Cointelgraph China. See you again.
Hey, thanks for having you.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's your time
sorry.
now. I'll give to you. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. And just starting the PowerPoint. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry.
So we are waiting for your keynote, right?
Yep. Sorry, just sharing screen here. This is
Sure.
working. All right, is that working? Can you see the slideshow now?
I didn't see yet. Maybe you can try again.
I will just give up on this in 1 sec. This doesn't
啊，
work.
那边要放了呀，你们这边看到了吗？信号。Now see your slides.
There we go. All right, I'm just gonna start talking soon. But all right. So
okay, great. It works now. Yeah, perfect.
Nice. Cool. So thinking about where the cryptocurrency is headed and industry is headed, and very specifically, where exchanges are headed, and what are sort of going to be, the pathways forward. Exchanges sort of serve a really interesting role in the cryptocurrency industry, and they serve a really big one. And I think this is really central to where they are now and where they're going. If you look at what an exchange means in traditional finance, typically it refers pretty specifically to a matching engine, to a place where a buyer and a seller can meet to do a trade. And so two users might ultimately trade on the New York Stock Exchange in some stock, but every other part of that process is sort of governed by different things. And so people would be using a broker like Schwab or Fidelity, some front end to connect to it. They'd be using different lines ultimately to access the actual matching engine. They might be going through a bunch of intermediaries in the middle, whether it's through some aggregation, whether it's through some dark pool, whether it's through some HFT firm. And the trade might be passed off a few times before actually getting ultimately printed between two parties on the order book. And they're sort of totally different entities which are designing these products, which are listing them, creating them, marketing them. The customer acquisition is generally not a thing that exchanges are focused or are sort of the primary drivers of. And so, there's just a lot of different companies which are serving a lot of different pieces in that story. But when you take a look at sort of the cryptocurrency industry, exchanges are many of those at once. Like, the exchange isn't just a matching engine. It's also the risk and liquidation engine. It's the customer acquisition engine. It's the listing decisions. It's in many cases the product design and development and creation. It's the front end. It's the API. They're just aren't middlemen. And instead, many exchanges actually just serve every role at once, involved in sort of the pipeline of a trade coming to fruition. I think that's super interesting. And it's one of the reasons that exchanges have been such a big part of the cryptocurrency space, basically from the beginning, where if you ask people to say, name the, 10 biggest things you can in crypto, probably a third of them are going to be exchanges. Whereas if you said, ask people, to name the 10 biggest things in finance, I don't know, maybe one of them will be an exchange. So what that means is that instead of having, it's interesting because, it's almost a point of centralization compared to traditional finance. It's almost like more is concentrated into a few venues. And that certainly shaped what exchanges do today and what the cryptocurrency industry looks like today. I mean, customer loyalty is often, as much exchange based as it is product or ticker based or token based. And when you look at regulation is often focused on exchanges as much as everything else, which again is really in contrast to traditional finance. And so you have sort of this one point which ends up bearing the brunt of, half the customer acquisition and half the regulatory pressure and half the product development really of the entire space. And that's sort of, been really, really central to how crypto, has developed so far. And I guess that it will continue, at least for the kind of like near future, to be central to how it responds to external pressures. And so as you start to see consolidation in the exchange space, and we've definitely seen this, like we've definitely seen some exchanges dropping off, we've seen some revitalized and some growing. And I can say obviously I've been, really excited by the growth that we've seen in FTX over the last year. But it's not the only venue that's had a good year. That looking forward, a lot of the focus on the development of the crypto industry is resting on the development of exchanges. When you think about, what crypto is going to look like in the United States, which is just one of the biggest markets, obviously, in the world, the thing that people focus on there, as much as anything else, is how our exchange is going to interface with regulators, right? Like, what products are exchanges going to be able to offer in sort of, in the jurisdiction to its residents. When people think about offering derivatives in the United States, a lot of that focus is on negotiations between exchanges and regulators. And so, exchanges end up as ambassadors as well for the industry in a bunch of different places. And that can be good and that can be bad. And, the bad side of this is when there's disputes between exchanges and regulators, when things don't go well, it can taint the entire industry and how people view it. And on the flip side, it also can mean that, like, ideally not every single token, every single product has to separately figure out how to fit within regulatory frameworks and how to interface with regulators. If exchanges can take the lead on that, then they can do that on behalf of all of their listings. And so I think, as we look forward to 2021, one of the big things that I'm going to be looking for is, what do relationships between exchanges and regulators look like, particularly in the United States, in China, in Japan, and in Korea, and a few other venues where there's huge potential for the industry. And I think that will end up just having large impacts on how the industry overall develops. So that's I think one of the key things that I'm looking for. And I'm optimistic that those will go well. I'm optimistic that there's going to be good developments, and that basically exchanges and regulators are going to come to a good place in terms of how to deal with each other. But that's not guaranteed, and I think that's going to be one of the big things to look at. And when you start to look at growth of the industry, I think you see possibly a similar thing, where so much of the growth so far has been driven by a few products and a few exchanges. And and that's how customer acquisition has worked. And for other products, it's gone through exchanges. And often the food chain there is Bitcoin attracts users to crypto that then in turn get attracted to, in turn get attracted to one of a few different exchanges and then to other products on those exchanges. And that funnel has been huge. And it might continue, but I also expect to see other venues and an increasing diversity of those. And I think particularly, as more mainstream institutions start to kind of dip their toes into the water here and start to look into getting into crypto, we've obviously seen that having huge impact on Bitcoin particularly. And I think that we're going to start to see that in other coins as well. And we're going to start to see those being entry points, right? And so if like PayPal isn't really an exchange right now, maybe that'll change. But it is obviously a huge potential entry point for users into the space and for user acquisition and growth. And we may, same with GBTC. And we may see more of this. And I think that's going to lead to more white labeling. I think it's going to lead to more growth of the industry. I think it's going to lead to a more diverse set of customer acquisition tools, with less of that falling on exchanges in percentage terms than sort of historically has. And I think that means that there's going to be less, more focus on the product and less on the branding of exchanges, at least as far as public-facing things are concerned, on the margin. Although, if we do see growth of the industry, I think that's going to mean growth of all of these things. And so on an absolute scale, you might see growth in just every metric there. And so I think that's sort of another trend, which I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would guess we'll see something like that. And then I think finally, as we look forward to 2021, I think that there's going to be a lot of eyes on Bitcoin and Bitcoin performance and just purely that. But there's also going to be a lot of eyes on what is crypto, on people trying to figure out what this thing is, how to reckon with it, how to think about it. And, I think in a lot of people's minds, it's still to be determined whether crypto is basically, a thing you can gamble on and buy and sell, whether it's a payment rail, whether it's meant to be some decentralized ecosystem, whether it's a way to store your wealth in sort of a private manner, whether it's some large decentralized computation engine, whether it's a way to easily create fractional bits of things, or something else altogether, or all of those. And of course, part of the answer is that it is all of those, and that there are a lot of sides to crypto and a lot of things it can mean. But also part of the answer is that the world is still trying to figure out exactly what long term it's going to think of crypto as, and especially people who have sort of been on the outskirts for a lot of the time, and have been paying some attention, but not really tuned in, but might be doing so over the next year, as again we start to see bits of sort of the broader world dip their toes into cryptocurrency. And I think it's going to be really important what narrative develops there, how that ends up, how people end up seeing crypto, and how regulators do, but also just how the public does, how institutions do. And I think you're going to see really different, methods of adoption and patterns of adoption, depending on that. And I just don't know what the answer is. And I think that a lot of that might be super dependent on a few things. Really just looking at, in the end, what do people end up what memes end up propagating, right? Like, what do people end up talking to each other about? What do people say? What do people think when they think of Bitcoin, when they think of crypto? And I think that's going to play a pretty big role in just what patterns in general adoption sort of shows. And so anyway, whatever, there's going to be a lot of things that'll happen over the next year. No one knows for sure what's going to be dominant, what's going to matter. But if I had to sort of guess right now at which patterns and sort of which lines are going to end up having a really big lasting impact on the industry, I think those are some things that I would point to. And I think those are things which are going to matter quite a bit. And where we don't know the answer yet. We don't know what the world's going to decide. But what it does decide could shape the industry for decades to come. All of that being said, no one was even paying attention to crypto, 8 years ago, really. And certainly very few people, saw crypto for what it was 8 years ago and then nailed what it was going to be today and what it looked like it might be tomorrow. This industry changes at such a rapid pace compared to most. It innovates so quickly. It builds new things so quickly. And it builds new narratives so quickly that it's just really hard to, in any sort of reasonable generalized sense, really answer the question of what will happen in the industry. I think no one knows is just the right answer. And anyone who has an answer that's confident and not that is sort of full of shit. And that's just the overarching theme here is, what happens tomorrow depends on what we do today. And, we can't know that ahead of time.
Yeah. At least we together tonight, we witnessed the Bitcoin reach to the all-time high, right? So,
yep.
Yeah, it's a good sign. A new milestone. Let's see.
Yep.
It's hard to tell what's going on, in the future. Even I think from your perspective, you understand the trading, you understand DeFi well. You probably lots of good projects, but still it's hard to predict, right? So just rapidly changing a lot. So let's just stay positive. Right? So it really depends on what we are doing right now. So it's deliver the result for tomorrow, right? So
yep,
we should line up. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sam, very much for your speech, and it's really inspiring. Yeah, exchanges are an essential component of the blockchain industry. Having listened to your presentation, we are now more optimistic that exchange will bring industry a promising future in the crypto world. Thanks again, Sam.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And thanks for staying with us for this late. I see you a little bit tiring. Okay, bye, Sam. Hope to see you soon. Okay, thanks. So next speech is about Poloniex, which is an exchange that has a closest tie with TRON. So Poloniex is a leading global digital asset trading platform that was founded back to 2014. Since TRON and Poloniex established a strategic partnership, they have been jointly working on the stablecoin TRON TRC20 USDT and decentralized finance in TRON specialty trading zone and many other potential businesses. So TRON also offers expert tips to help Poloniex enter the Asia Pacific and the Chinese markets legally. So next, Zuri will share more about the Poloniex. Let's welcome Zuri. Hello, Zuri. It's your time now.
Hey. Hello again. Can you see the slides?
Oh, not yet. So you can try again.
It says I'm sharing.
Yeah, it works now.
Sharing.
Yeah, it works now. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, everyone. It's good to be back. My name is Zuri. I'm the head of business development at Poloniex, one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchanges in the industry. So today we are going to talk about Poloniex has awakened to make wonders, and the initial progress that we have made in the last year, and what we are planning to do in the near future, on track to open a new chapter in 2021 and beyond. So as most OGs and the people who have traded cryptocurrency in the last 10 years, they would know that Poloniex is one of the longest standing cryptocurrency trading platforms in the world. And we have consistently been among the top exchanges since we started in early 2014. So by January 2021, it will be 7 years old for Polo. And we have served many, many customers from all corners of the world. So for people who didn't know, in November 2019, a little over a year ago, Polo went through a spin-off from Circle. So what has been going on after the spin-off of a year ago? So let's take a quick look at the accomplishment we have done from the time of the spin-off. So Polo we are driven to offer customers best-in-class features and services that includes access to the newest listing and IEOs on our platform, futures trading. We launched 8 in 2020, spots and margin trading on over 270 markets now, and ways to earn interest and ways to lend and earn on our platform, competitive trading fees across the industry, and easier onboarding for customers and localization, meaning we offer many different kind of languages for customers. We have VIP programs for traders and high priority supports for market makers, and regular competitions that we offer. Right now, we have the TRON futures competition that's going on, and we just come to trade and to share the $25,000 worth of USDT. So that's the things we have been offering since the spin-off. So if you look at the graph on the right, you'll see the trading volume as well as new users have grown 3 times since 2019 with the Circle days. So not only do we onboard a lot more users, but the trading volume has gone up tremendously compared with a year ago. And another program that's worth noting is that we started the referral program where it's 20% for you and 10% for the invitees that come and trade on Poloniex, and there's no KYC required for level 1 users, where you only need a username and email to come trade. So it's super easy and seamless onboarding experience, and this is just one of the many features we offered to our users. And this number is very surprising and shocking because in 2019, Poloniex only listed 3 assets. And so far, the year hasn't finished, but we have already listed over 125 different kind of assets across stablecoin, DeFi assets, leveraged tokens, and public blockchain projects in the last 12 months. So it's 20 times more than what happened in 2019 so far. So that's a great achievement we've seen with a very small and agile team that we have at Polo. We don't have a big team like many other exchanges. We have less than 100 people. So very proud for the achievement we've done so far. And last week, we actually released a new UI, UX for our users. So as you can see, our trading experience has improved for both website and mobile users. It's more seamless. It's easier to use a dark mode and light mode. So we are driven to listen to users what they want, what the demands are, and we would deliver the features that they need and more seamless trading experience. And then there's also easier way to check your balances on the exchange and more ways to earn with soft staking and later yield farming opportunities on the exchange. And here's the screenshot of our website and mobile app. So The other notable accomplishment we have done in 2020 is we launched Launchbase on Poloniex in this year. And so we are looking for more projects to come launch on Polo for on the Launchbase. So if your project is interested, please feel free to reach out to our team. So just the example of Just Token. 24 hours after the initial sale, we saw over 7.5 million trading volume, and the price went up 27x compared with the initial price, and it sold out in less than 5 minutes, and the price is still holding up strong many months after the initial launch. So it's a great feature we launched, and we're planning to do more on the Launchbase in 2021. So next, we listen to our community's feedback. They want to trade contracts and futures. So we have already listed 8 perpetual swap contracts so far. And as I mentioned earlier, the TRON futures trading campaign is going on right now, and users can come and participate and win 25,000 USDT. So come and check it out on Polo. So last but not least is that we have created a strong alliance with the TRON ecosystem, and we are dedicated to support the TRON ecosystem going forward. So just to give you a couple of examples, in 2020, we have successfully integrated Wink, so users can custody their funds on Polo wallets while they use the Wink platform. And if you use TRX to trade, you can save 25% of the trading fees. And then, of course, you can use TRX on our Launchbase, as I just mentioned. And we also have the Poloniex exchange, not only the centralized exchange, but also the decentralized component of it. And we offer the best rates for TRX, BTT, and WIN staking on Poloniex. And there's just more integrations and more benefits that are coming in the next year. So stay tuned for that. So as you can see, we have been working hard and shipping hard. And so that's the past year. And now we have a lot more exciting news to share with you in the coming year in 2021. So what you can look forward to as a user, is that we are working hard to improve the user experience for both mobile and websites. There are more listings and more futures contracts launching, and there will be one in early January. And then there's more earnings opportunity coming, like yield farming, improved API, improved KYC, improved website and app, more and more fiat on-ramps, more currencies that you can use. We're launching a new loyalty program early next year, and improved institutional onboarding. We're onboarding more market makers to improve liquidity trading. And there's just to name a few, there's just way more to come in our product map. We're really excited. So as we can see today, the bull market is here. The bull market has started earlier this year, I would say summer 2020, and it's going strong. So we are really excited to go on the journey with our users. And we look forward you to join us on the journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zuri. Thanks. Appreciate your time. So Poloniex has always been committed to providing top-notch features and services to customers. So it has been actively looking for quality assets to join its platform with its alliance like TRON. Poloniex will definitely continue to make efforts to further grow and the TRON ecosystem. Thank you very much again, Zuri, for sharing here. Yeah, bye. Hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Yeah, take care. And just now we listened to the speech from the exchange that has a closest tie with TRON. Now it's time for TronLink, the wallet that has a closest tie with TRON again. So as the largest decentralized wallet in TRON ecosystem and the only wallet that supports both web and mobile clients. So TronLink has served over 400,000 TRON users. It's a entry-level multifunctional wallet on TRON. So next, please welcome Adam Liu to give us a presentation. So development of next generation blockchain infrastructure. What direction will digital asset storage provide takes in a new era. So let's welcome Adam. Hey, Adam. Yeah, it's Tracy here. So it's your time.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It is so happy to join this meeting to share TronLink's progress this year with you. Okay. So here, as the biggest audience on Tron, I'm going to share some information with you, basically around these 3 points: what TronLink is now, and what we have done this year, and what we will do in the future work. First is the work, some data and some information now about TronLink. Currently in 2020, TronLink has reached max monthly users over 1 million, and also reached max daily users to 700,000, with the average daily user chance to more than 10 minutes. So also TronLink has a very good user retention. We have a 1-day retention over 40% and 7-day retentions over 20%. Monthly daily user retentions around 10%. So that's a very good score. So we are quite proud of our users. As for user distribution, TronLink currently is a very global wallet all over the world, as we can see the map. We have already a lot of many users in Iran, India, Africa, China, South Korea, and even American. So that's quite popular in different countries. This also shows that the Tron network is already accepted by a lot of people in the world across nations. Next, I'm going to show some data around access distribution. Thanks to our users' confidence, TronLink cards manage more than 56% of the access on TronLink. This also makes we recognize that the security and user educations are so important and so emerging for this industry. We can get reports of access loss from time to time, some for hacker attacks and some for users' carelessness. So I think compared with the modern bank systems, we still have a long way to go. The following part, I'm going to share what we have done this year to improve our TronLink product. Being recognized the importance of the app, we rebuilt our dev modules early this year to make it more easier to find, use, and even more easier for developers to submit more devs. So this work improve our users' daily time played on TronLink. Also make TronLink better to support this year's DeFi market halt. So DeFi support, this is what we have done for DeFi supporting. TronLink support almost all the hottest DeFi apps, such as Tron, Sun, Just Swapped. And we also noticed that the DX swap is so important that we also ending native support for token swap. So this is going to be released soon. And Just Ramp is also another big adapter we support this year. With this support, TronLink users can take advantage of general knowledge proofs of on-chain decentralized shared network. And the instant transfer is very fast, and with all the information regarding on-chain operation hidden, attacks can now match the on-chain information with specific individuals, and also very easy to use. Also, in order to have a better user experience, we improve our wallet's weak network statements UX and UI. This work also improve with the server-side work. With more servers, better logic organizations, and data support, we are keeping improve our product. So for server-side technology details, we change our version 1 server-side to version 2 with multi-modules. This will bring a more flexible and better servers responsible speed. Also, we are doing more work on a fast on-chain even module. This will bring more fancy features in the future and in the next year. Still the work for our server side. For security reasons, we know that influence has a big accidents, server down accidents this year, which brings a lot of troubles to a lot of ETH wallet teams. TronLink always insists on using and building out internal block node, which can bring a lot of benefit, avoid outside accidents. So we keep in trace of our users' increasement, and all these events can bring great benefit to our TronLink users. The last part, I'm going to talk about our TronLink's future work. Currently, TronLink has a 4.1 star on Google Play and 4.5 stars on Apple Store. As we can see, I think there's still some space to improvement. TronLink caring about users' feedback and take users' feedback as a very important information for future plan. For app stabilities, TronLink iOS can reach a very good score, but Android still has some work. I think for Apple Wallets, this is a very important part we can keep track. The next part and the last part, I think, is wallet security. As the market is keeping hot and the outside threat is also keeping increased, so there are so many kind of attacks to users' access. Wallet products, as the user's most important tools, should keep improve on security, including all the states, release and design and all these states. So bring more information to users to avoid no necessary loss is very important for wallet product. This is also part of our TronLink's feature mission to bring more feature, more security and easy usage to users in our cyber work. That's all for my sharing today. Thanks everyone's listening and thanks for coming.
Hey, thank you very much, Adam, for the speech. It's really inspiring, and we wish TronLink Wallet a thriving future. We always seem to have something to talk about wallets, right? So when we make digital asset investment, we can't just rely on exchange to store our assets. So we need our own digital wallets to store our personal digital assets. However, as more and more weaknesses of centralized trading and storage emerge, users begin to shift their focus onto decentralized storage. So how should the wallets further grow in this context? Founders and CMO of Token Pocket, Marcus, COO of BitWell, Sam, and also CEO of Guanda Wallet, Paul, will answer this question in the panel discussion how our digital asset storage service is delivered. So welcome, guys. So hello, Marcus. Hello, Sam. Hello, Paul. Great to have you all here on this panel discussion. I'm Tracy.
Hey, thanks.
Great to have you all here. Yeah.
Hey, Tracy. Thanks for having us.
Hey.
Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great. So I'll go very straightforward to our first question. So recent years have witnessed all kinds of innovation and experimentation with wallets. So how can we build the core value of wallets based on users' needs? Let's start from Marcus. So.
Okay. So as we all know, that wallet is the portal to blockchain world, and its basic functions are access, storage, transfers, and management. And users' needs are based on these basic requirements. And to build a core value, we need to find out what we can do around the assets and provide the features to the users as well as make it as easy as possible to use. We can do in many ways, like what we have already done on Token Pocket to make transfer easier. We built the gas stations for Tron users to play the Tron DeFi easier. We integrated Just Swap into Token Pocket natively, and we recommend the hottest Tron device to Tron users and a Tron dApp sections, and also to cash in and cash out easier. We integrate USDT and Tron via gateway for users, and so on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So, San, if you can share your ideas here.
Yeah, I strongly believe that currently the wallet are kind of a part of our daily life right now. And from an exchange perspective, we really need to have a kind of a really good custodian solutions. And then from the user perspective, the current blockchain wallet are really more interesting compared to a few years back. Previously, we only used for the blockchain wallet as a kind of a storage and then transfer. Nowadays, we can see the wallet as a kind of a DApps, staking, DeFi, and then wherever you need. And then I believe future in the coming soon, with the blockchain wallet will be a part of our personal bank and then access management as well, even on the kind of our part of our identity. So these can be probably like really coming soon, and then we'll see more.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds interesting. Yeah. So, Paul, if you have anything to add on this question.
Yeah, I believe that this is a very good question because what really our customers need, I mean, their core values is quite simple. They like the decentralization. That's because most likely that's because they're in crypto. They love the privacy and the thing that the whole system is trustless. And what we try to do in Barter, we always try to ask our customers, what actually do you want to have? And usually we take the polls and actually they influence our roadmap. And we're taking it also further. We right now are going to issue our token, which will be the form of the governance of our feature roadmap. So we believe that this is we can be compared to a bank, yeah, but not the bank. So the best thing to describe us is the bank, but not the bank. And what we want to do, we want our customers to be able to decide actually which features do they want. And this is what we always try to ask them. And right now we're also issuing a token which they will receive simply for using the wallet. And what they will be able to do with this token is actually to influence the decisions we're making in terms of the roadmap. So I believe this is the best way to go if we're talking about how can we implement the values that our customers have.
Thank you very much. And my following question here is, like we all know, like most wallets in the market today are multi-platform or let's say multi-assets, right? And also support other functions such as purchasing and swapping assets inside the wallet. So how can we explore more use cases and further extend the functionality of wallets? So let's start from, Marcus again. Yeah, from Token Pocket.
Okay. Okay. To explore more use cases, we should find out what the users need to manage their assets. They need to send, to earn, to play, or some other needs. Based on this, we can provide features that allow users to do the stuff they want, like a via gate to help them cash in and cash out, a decentralized exchange, AMM, like just swap to trade. But not only the common assets, but also some synthetic assets. And to lend and borrow a lend and borrow protocol, like just lend, not only lend and borrow, but also can be a collaterals to make some stable coins. And also a financial service help users to earn with their token easier and safer without understanding the complex of blockchain and DeFi knowledge. We could sort the users into many kinds and learn from traditional industries and bring them to the on-chain and enrich the functionality and use case of the wallet and the blockchains. That's.
Yeah, thank you very much. And San, your take?
Yeah, thanks for the question. That's a pretty interesting question, to be honest. Actually, we are start seeing there's a quite a lot of.
I couldn't hear you clearly.
Yes.
So maybe your connection not good.
We wallets are a wallet address compared to last year. Like we got 2 times compared in this year, right? So basically, but the problem that we're seeing, like the wallet are still not very user friendly enough, and probably we need to improve on that part. So that we need to have a kind of still have a little bit high entry barrier for a beginner, and so that they may not aware of that if they do not give the private key, they probably lost all their access. But I think more on the other hand, then the other wallet are improving and they're very user friendly and easy to use, and more real world application, and a lot of industrial player coming in like Visa and the PayPal are really helpful to this industry. And then previously, if we are going to buy coffee in the Starbucks with our wallet, is kind of almost impossible because of the blockchain confirmation time. But now with this kind of player coming in, and then we are more closer to our real world application, basically, which is really cool. And just kind of this kind of mid player and a big player are kind of a really healthy on our industry. And then that will be our further use case will be coming into our wallet applications basically, and will be helpful to the industry. That's my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Paul, so your ideas on this?
Yeah, I believe this is a very competitive field. I mean, creating a wallet, and there are lots of wallets on the market. But we see that most of the needs that customers actually have, no one actually succeeds in delivering the features they want. Because receive and send, this is understandable. And this is not something that can bring you up in this competition. What we right now see is the emergence of DeFi. And when I say DeFi, I don't mean only the borrow and deposit thing. I mean all of the custody-free exchanges. I mean also the staking and all these various use cases that we have right now. I would say that I do not believe that we will be able to pay with crypto in Starbucks in the near future, because I don't see any demand on that. But if you go to, let's say, e-commerce, crypto would be perfect to use there. And if you are able to link all the payments from your website to some kind of DeFi protocol where you get the loan in accordance to the funds you receive on a monthly basis, that would be nice, and this is a good use case. So supporting, let's say, these DeFi protocols and DeFi in general is crucial for the wallets from our perspective, and this is our main focus for the moment. We really try to support all the DeFi we see on the market. And for example, we definitely support TRON staking, for example, and all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's also important for wallets to integrate lots of features like in different very trending factors. For example, like NFT, we talk about the crypto art, right? So recently, some wallet also integrated this crypto art concept into their wallet. So people, if I hold one NFT art, so I could see also through the wallet where I can check it, right? So how it looks like. I mean, this is a very interesting thing for me. I don't know if you guys, your wallets also have those kind of functions to follow the trend. I mean, especially for Paul, you have your Guada, right? Guada wallet. So you support this kind of function, right?
Yeah, we already support NFT, and actually we support some art as well.
That's interesting.
Yeah, these are Estonian local artists who paint for us Bitcoin pictures. So I hope in some time we will tokenize them and try selling them as an NFT. But actually, not only NFT is great. We support NFT already, and you can, for example, see your CryptoKitty, or there are I think 5 NFTs that are supported in our wallet. And if you have a CryptoKitty, you can see it in the interface actually if you have it on the address that you use in Guardian Wallet. But I believe that NFT is one of the major points where our industry can grow, because this is nice if you have, let's say you play the game and you have some magic sword that makes you super awesome in the MMORPG that you play, and it actually costs something for you and for other players as well. And you can, for example, using DeFi, you can get a loan, putting this magic sword into collateral. When I think about such use cases, I believe that there is a huge new market that is opening right now, which is highly undervalued at the moment. So yes, we see the demand there. Unfortunately, we're lacking projects that are actually using non-fungible tokens, and we look at this market niche, and as soon as big projects appear, I think the same day we will start creating more and more features for that. And one of the first will be the DeFi for the NFT. I strongly believe in that.
Yeah, we go a little bit further, but that's also nice question answers. Thank you very much. So my next question is, as we expect the blockchain technology to go with every aspect of our lives in the future, so how can we upgrade the blockchain wallets? I mean, let's start this time from Sam. You can share a little bit.
Sure. So my take is like, I really think the wallet will be really become a part of our daily life, and then part of our access holder, and then kind of a mini bank. And definitely the whole ecosystem need to be built up. Definitely, like Paul say, currently the e-commerce probably the best use case, and definitely for those kind of thing, like in order to e-commerce to improve, that we need to build up the ecosystem, like Amazon or eBay, they start accepting the wallet, and we can start seeing the Shopify or WooCommerce, they already have some plugin for the accepting the crypto assets, and then I have my own website, and then I start implementing with those kind of WooCommerce accepting the crypto assets as well. So this will be the next trend that we probably start seeing people start using the crypto assets. Other than that, if I think in the future, it can be like NFT can be out of our mortgage, and then if we finish the mortgage and we own a flat, and it will be one of our NFT, and then really go into our wallet, and then we can show everything, and even our medical and private information will be in our wallet. So it's a part of our identity. Yeah, so I think wallet will be going into the really part of our daily life compared to our other part of our life.
Okay, thank you very much. And Marcus from Token Pocket, sorry.
Okay.
So where do you see that?
Okay. So as a wallet provider, the most important thing is to keep the user's keys safe and help them sign transactions and try to make it easier to use. So to upgrade it, we have many parts that we can do. So on the user experience side, the easier is the better. So make it almost the same as the traditional internet product. What the users understand, the user can understand it when they are using it. They don't have to understand which chain they're using and what kind of technology is behind. So to make it easier is better. And on the server side, provide as many safe blockchain related products as possible. Learn about the user's requirements and list all the debts and device as soon as possible. And a quick response customer service, even integrate the AI customer service to answer all the questions, because we know that there are a lot of newbies coming to the blockchain and they don't understand what blockchain is, and they should there should be a portal for them to ask questions, and they can learn from there. Yeah, and from the technology side, I think that we should follow up the community. What is to integrate chains and features that are needed from the community, like layer 2 sidechain and any other extended protocols. We should also follow up the technologies like Touch ID, Face ID, Sound ID, which could be integrated into the wallets, like what we have already done. Yeah, and we can also open our imaginations that in the future, people don't have to understand what advocates. They don't have to learn about it. Yes, they can, and we can believe that the wallets could be part of our body. It maybe can be our fingerprint, our face, and other biometrical measures. Yes, that's it.
That would be interesting in the future if it's just that user friendly, right? So
yeah,
Paul, yeah, if you have anything to add here, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So actually, how can we improve the wallets in general? Not my company's product, but in general. I hate two things about the wallets. I actually hate it every time I launch my wallet. I hate it more. The first thing is I don't like the keys. The way they are generated right now, I simply hate it, because you need to write down something. There is no proper way to back up, and there is nothing you can do about it as a wallet provider. So there should be some standards about that, and we should make it simpler, and we should make it much more convenient for an average user. Because today I've explained it to my friend. We had a dinner today, and he's from an aviation industry, so he's far away from that. And I tried to explain him what are the keys, how to back up, and this is almost impossible. He's quite young, but still the concept is such a sophisticated thing that he couldn't understand it. I have to spend 30 minutes, but I cannot educate every customer for 30 minutes by my own. That simply won't work. So this is the first thing I don't like about the wallet. How can we upgrade the wallets in general? Is the first thing is to create a new format of the private key, of their storage and of their backup. And the second thing is to create another format of the address. It is impossible to use the current address. It is some pile of numbers and letters which my mom won't understand, and I want her to be able to transfer me money and me to be able to transfer her money. So this is also an overcomplicated concept. But here we have a solution with the human readable addresses. And as this is my strong belief that we need to integrate that, we have integrated in Guarda Wallet, we simply integrated all popular protocols of human readable addresses. But what I see right now, we need some kind of an effort from all the wallets to integrate them, because otherwise we won't be having a proper solution. And actually we are decreasing the speed of the adoption. So these are two, from my perspective, main goals to upgrade all the wallets.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for sharing. We look forward to seeing crypto wallets with better functionality and conveniences. Okay, as you said, maybe later on in the future we can just easily remember our address, right? Just like right now we remember a telephone number or mobile phone number, right? That easy. So we also expect a better decentralized storage service to come. So thank you again for this panel discussion with us. Hope to see you guys soon. Okay, thank you for your time. Our panel later.
See you.
Thank you. That was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Yeah. So, guys, great for staying with us for this long time. This is a new year where we are embarking on a new stage with new missions. So the product launch for BitTorrent X and the integration and innovation within ecosystem mark TRON's new departure. We took place in the past opens up our way to the future. TRON has been exploring its way forward, so step by step without expecting any quick success. So let's wait and see more innovations and the surprises that TRON will bring us. Thank you for watching this virtual conference, and thank you all for participating in this event with us. So TRON is waiting for you in the new year. I, with the TRON team, wish everybody here a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. So stay tuned and good luck and see you soon. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.